And he can talk to me anytime. Of course he needs to talk to God because God is source and God created him and you and everything you see God created. So of course you need to talk to God. You need to talk to source. But you can also understand that you have helpers and that is a gift from God. We have a divine and direct interest in your succeeding. We have a divine and direct interest in your happiness. Your happiness also accelerates us. So we need you to be happy and joyful and peaceful. So please, please tell him to talk to me, to make his visions known. Everything he needs, he can ask me for, and I will help him see solution for every problem.
Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. And may I ask out of curiosity, is Chaz a star seed?
Hmm. Yes.
Okay,
But he's
wonderful.
going to laugh when you tell him
Yeah, we'll get into that later
that.
with him. But is there any other messages you'd like to bring through for Chaz before I?
Just include him more because he feels like he's the outsider and he's not.
Oh no.
He feels like an outsider. Include him more.
I just need to invite him over more, don't I?
Yes, and start talking to him about these spiritual things. He may not understand for a moment, but he will crack wide open.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, perfect. So we're on a good journey with that.
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. And you're still going to work on him?
Yeah, he's fine.
How's his body scan going?
He's good. He's using the restroom right now, but after he gets done with that, he'll be fine and balanced again.
He'll feel a little better.
Yes.
Okay, good.
He's not getting enough sleep though, but he will.
Can we start flowing him with abundance and
Yes, all he
love?
has to do is claim that as well. All he has to do is say out loud that, I mean, all of the affirmations that you guys have learned, he can say, I claim abundance. I claim prosperity comes to me frequently, easily, without resistance. I break all soul contracts that do not serve me, that are demonic. I break all contracts of debt. I break all contracts of karma. He has so much, you all have so much power in your words. He can say any affirmation he wants,
And
and then he'll get healing.
wonderful, wonderful. I love that so much. So he's going to start being on a better journey.
Yes, and he needs to say that he breaks the bondage that he's under. Say if he's talking, he says, I break the bondage that I am under from past trauma and past grief. These things no longer serve me, and I'm only interested in the things that serve me for my highest good.
Okay, and him saying that will break those bondages of him needing attachment and stuff.
Yes, and he can also do the same things that you do, which is look for he'll find the right people. He can look for affirmations. He can look for YouTube meditation videos. The things that are meant for him will speak for him. The things that are not meant for him and his energy or the false teachers, he will instantly reject those the same that you guys do.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. And just keep them filled with love.
Yes, and eat breakfast. Eat 3 meals a day. Get your sleep. Drink your water and fiber. There's so many things that he can do. I've listed them all. I hope that he really does listen to all of this.
Wonderful. And can you provide him with the money to be able to eat 3 meals a day?
Yes, if he asks and if he believes. He has to ask, but he also has to believe that it's coming. If he asks, but then he still has doubt or fear, that's just a roadblock and it won't get there as fast.
Okay. Maybe with him listening to this recording, he'll be able to know.
Yes.
Okay. I love that. And that's all for Chaz today.
Unless you have more questions.
That was all I had.
Okay, goodbye.
And thank you so much. Now let's drift away from that life. And we're drifting and floating away from that life, leaving the man there to continue on his own journey. He will find peace and find what he's supposed to find. May I speak to Christy's subconscious, please?
Hello.
Hi there. And I have permission to speak to Christy's subconscious?
Yes,
Is this Violet or Willow?
this is Willow.
Hi, Willow. Thank you for bringing that through today for us. Y'all must have knew my brother needed it.
Yes.
Do you have any messages for Christy today?
We have to think about how to say it to where she will hear it.
Good point.
She's been having a lot of dreams. She's been doing a lot of battle in her dreams for a few days. And that has thrown her off kilter a little bit because she's not getting adequate rest because she's battling in other realms when she's asleep. She doesn't have to do that. I don't know why she thinks she has to do that.
Can we release that from her today?
Yes.
Is that what threw her off kilter the last few days?
Well, she got too worried about the lady and she gave fear a little bit of a grip with her worry. And then she started doing all these battles in her dreams on other timelines. Those are not her battles to fight. Those are ours. She doesn't have to do all that work. We can do the work for her. She just has to ask us to.
Can she ask you now, or does she need to be more in the conscious state of mind?
When she's conscious, it's better because she remembers.
Bless you. Okay, and she does get some questions, so hopefully that'll give her some answers to get these, make her realize that, because that'll make her go backwards doing them battles.
It will definitely slow it down a little bit.
We don't want that. Okay. Is it okay to go ahead and ask her questions?
Yes.
Does she need, how's her back doing? What was that? Can you fix that for her?
Well, the lady had a demon and she didn't know it. And by Christy opening up too much, the lady's demon tried to trick Christy. But Christy is holy and divinely protected. So the demon cannot really attach to her, but it can trick her. But she got wise to it and talked to us. So now it's okay.
Okay, good. So what I told her to stay positive was good.
Yes, because if you have low vibrational thoughts, then your ego can come or demons can come or just backtracking, which is never good.
Okay.
Anything can manifest, although when you're wholly protected and divinely guided, it won't manifest permanent.
And she's wholly protected and divine guided.
One of the best.
Yes. Good. And we can help incorporate that into her everyday thinking, right?
Yes.
Okay. She's done so wonderful. Okay, here's some of her questions. How can I stop letting blockages in?
Well, she needs to drink her water and she needs to do her affirmations not just in the morning, but many times through the day because she has so many things going on in her life. It's just good when she does her affirmations and her prayers. It's a good little reset button for her throughout the day to clear the energy. And she also, okay, she is one of the highest level spirits on earth and that has a human body. She's one of the highest level and she used to have knowledge of that. But then she fell asleep because no one else wanted her to have that knowledge. She was only surrounded by bad people who didn't want her to live in her knowledge and stay in her power. So she forgot her knowledge a little bit and that's when all of the demonic things happened in her life. And now because of you two remembering your soul contract, she started to get that knowledge back. But she's so conditioned to the way that Earth is operating at this moment. She's so conditioned to fear-based thinking. And she sometimes lets that come back in. And then it tries so hard to make her fall asleep to her spiritual and holy knowledge that she has, because she's actually very powerful. When someone is very powerful, they're more susceptible to spiritual diseases, because the things that don't want you to be powerful try to knock you down. But once you can stand in your power, and once you can say, this is who I am, this is my identity, you will start having a shield around you. Also, she's correct. She does need to spend more time with you guys, with you. You're her soulmate, and she's your soulmate. And when you're together, you activate something amazing and divine. You activate cosmos. You can shift stars. You're so powerful together.
That's what I'm trying to tell her. We're tapping into this, and we're just beginning.
Yes, there's no limit. You're very powerful together.
And we're just going to keep getting more and more stronger to help people, aren't we?
Yes, but she can't have any more pills, and she's correct about that. And she can love people and she can have compassion, but she can't heal everyone. Most people that both of you need to align with at this very moment is not broken people. It's other people who are healed like you. Because at this very moment, if you're going to be surrounded by so many broken people, then you forget your mission. But if you can be surrounded by healed people, or people who are on their healing journey and they're very high up like you two are, then you will keep rising. And that won't be the case forever, because one day you will be so far ascended that broken people cannot harm you or lower you anymore. But right now, you are still so vulnerable, both of you, that you can't be around too many broken people. You can love them, you can be nice to them, but you can't take on their journey as something of your journey. The only people that you can do that with are other healed people, or other people that are healing, that are advanced the way that you are. That's the only people that's going to keep you risen. So if you're, for example, if you're trying to convince someone of your beliefs, and they're even more than beliefs. They're what you've been shown through us, through yourselves, through God's source energy, through angelic realms, through the cosmos. They're all these things, these visions you've been given. They're all correct. They're all knowledge. They're all downloads. But if you're going to waste your time trying to convince people who do not believe you, then you're going to go down. But if you talk to people who are only like-minded as you, you'll continue to ascend. And that's not to say that you shouldn't associate with people that are not like you. You just cannot absorb their energy at this moment. But there will come a day when you're both so ascended that nobody's energy will be able to truly, truly affect you. And you will heal people. But for now, you're not meant to heal. You're meant to learn and teach.
To grow and just grow ourselves.
Yes, and others that are like you.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Okay, wonderful. Yes. So I can keep reminding Christy of that.
When she hears it, she'll believe it.
Okay, good, 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 good. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. Oh, okay. And I believe you answered a lot of those questions that she's got written down.
Yes, I'm answering all the questions right now. She can also, the lady that you showed her on the YouTube that has the doctor channeler.
I don't know who that is. Is that the Judah channel?
No, before that. The two ladies. The one lady is a doctor, and she can also channel us.
Oh, yeah, she's in Nashville.
That channel, that YouTube channel, really gets Christy in the fifth dimension thinking. Okay. She needs to listen to that channel.
The dark-haired lady. I believe it is. I think so.
The two ladies, one is a doctor, one is a hypnotist, like you, and the one that's a doctor is the surrogate.
Okay. Oh, the Heather Hink.
Yes, Christy forgot about them, but that That's one of the fastest ways. When she listens to them, that is one of the fastest ways she gets into the 5D.
Okay, wonderful. Because the last session that they did, they got onto the Pleiadian starship and healed that lady and activated her dormant DNA.
Yes, and she can also watch she knows what this is. The documentary called The Secret helped her when she was in her PTSD brain. She watched this documentary and it opened up a lot of windows inside of her. And every time she watches it, she gets more downloads. She can watch that documentary again and again. And she also has a song that she vibrates to. Let It Be. I think that is by your English band, The Beatles.
Okay.
Let It Be.
Let it be.
Yeah, that's one of her spiritual songs.
Oh, I love that. Okay, perfect. Okay, she's wanting to know if she can have a download about her digital art.
Art is such a powerful spiritual tool. Yes, she can receive that download if she asks.
Okay. Well, we just gotta get her to ask. We just gotta get her to ask everything, don't we?
Yes, she forgot about faith for a moment.
Oh, let's not let that happen again. Oh, send her all the love we need. Okay, and she wants to know, what do I look like in the spiritual realm?
I don't even know if there are enough words to say that. It's like when a star or a ball of energy is cascading through the galaxy and they keep exploding. And every time they explode, all these other million little, tiny little stars come out, but then they all come back together and turn bigger. And you're almost like you're going through a tunnel. You're being propelled through a tunnel of galaxy. And the whole tunnel, you're gaining more knowledge and more love and more downloads. So your star is becoming bigger. But at the same time, it's combusting. But every time it combusts, it gets bigger. That's kind of how we see her.
Oh, okay, so it expands and contracts.
Yes.
And just brings more knowledge every time it expands and contracts.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. And she wants to know, when will the new earth come?
Oh, very, very soon. Very soon. You're on the cusp of such great change right now. But the only way the change comes is with people like you to stay activated. With hosts like you that keep opening yourself up to host more. Because when you when you don't host, when you're only worried about your human problems, we cannot come into you as clearly. But when you're hosting and when you're doing your ascension work and you're lighting up the paths for others to do their ascension work, you're accelerating the new earth. You have to stay on your path so that we can produce this. It's just a matter of years, just less than a decade. If you and her and all of the other light workers and hosts, they stay on their path, it's less than 10 years. Every single thing will be different about this earth.
Oh, it's so exciting. Oh my gosh, okay. That just excites me. Thank you so much. And Willow, are you, like, what race and species do we bring through? Does Christy bring through? Or are you? What race and species are you?
I am her highest conscience, but I am also part of the Arcturians as well. But I have also been with her always. Some hosts, they have to be activated at a certain time of their life. She was born with this because of the death of her twin. This was our gift to her. She's always been able to see things that others cannot see.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so every time Willow comes in, it's part of the Arcturians and the other species and races. Am I saying that right?
Well, I have a part of Arcturian inside of me always because it keeps me stronger. It keeps me from falling into the depths. Because Christy is so sensitive and she can feel such depth, way more depth than most people, then she is susceptible to things like depression, brain aneurysms, ulcers on the human level. But I'm with her and I have always been with her. So I keep her from falling too far into the depths because her knowledge is so deep, her emotions can go so deep that it wouldn't be very hard for her to fall into the depths. But because I'm with her, I keep her there. Although I am Arcturian, we often host Pleiadians as well because they do great work inside of us and through us.
Okay, so that's what it meant in the last session, that we're a little bit of everything.
You have the capacity because of your contract to host anyone.
Oh, I love that. Okay, okay, okay. Ooh, yes. Okay.
You're just a house
Okay.
or a car, however you want to look at that.
Oh, okay. So we're just the vessel for y'all to be using.
Yes, and we thank you.
Oh no, we thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't wait to bring Cresta through and find out all this information too. I'm so excited. And okay. Thank you for that information.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you'd like to give us on that?
No, but she can stop worrying about her children. If she would stop worrying about her children and stop thinking about the outcome, she was doing this very recently and she felt so good. So if she could remind herself to release the need for an outcome, then the perfect outcome will happen for her children.
Oh, okay.
But if she worries about what the outcome will be, then she brings herself down to a lower level, and then the cycle of worry just repeats itself because the lesson is not being learned.
Okay, okay. And we're working on her.
Yes.
And since y'all have awakened us, it's helping a lot more.
Yes, you've always been awake, but now you're activated.
Oh, I love that. Okay. And sister souls, how does that happen?
Well, before you even came here, before you even had your first flesh body, you were already connected in the spirit, in the galaxies. You're already connected. You already found each other. You already were friends. You already were always doing things together anyways. So you were able to jump with each other each time. Most sister souls don't get to jump together every time, but you have because you have continued to ascend. Even when you had hard times or bad lives, you still continued to ascend. So some people can ascend from life to life on a huge level. Some people can descend if they didn't learn all their lessons and they have a lot of bad karma. They have to go back to a life that's even rougher than the one before. But if they're learning their karma, if they're fixing their karma, learning their lessons, you have different levels. So sometimes you can ascend a great jump and you might be born into this life as a prince or a princess of real royal family and have a beautiful, wonderful life. Sometimes, and that's a huge ascent because you've learned so much, you're being rewarded. or a mermaid or whatever is wonderful to you. But sometimes you can ascend and it's just a little tiny jump. Maybe you just made it over the line, but you two have managed to ascend every time. You've never descended. So therefore your reward is that you get to stay together.
I love that. Okay, perfect. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, she's the only one I can talk to about all this stuff at the moment.
Hmm. And she's the only one that will ever always 1000% receive your words, never judge you, always like everything you say, always understand everything you say. This is a real gift. This is a real gift. Both of you have this in each other. You'll never find this in another person. Whatever you say to her, no matter what it is, she will never judge you. She will always understand you. She will always be able to see your heart. That is a very, very rare gift. So even though you're going to meet other people who are like you and they're going to make you feel good, you're going to like their company, that'll never be the same thing that you have with her. There'll never be the unconditional non-judgment, the unconditional love. No matter how kind they are to you, no matter how similar they are to you, there's still not going to be the ability to see your heart the way that you and Christy can see each other's hearts.
Yes, I love that. I can see that perfectly. Oh, yes, I love that.
There's
Thank you.
nothing you can say to her that would make her to stop love you. And the same is true about you.
That's probably why we crave to be around each other, isn't it?
Yes.
I love that. Oh, I love that. Well, is there any other information you'd like to bring through for Christy before we bring in Cressida?
She knows what she's supposed to do. This is not a struggle. Her ego mind has turned this into a struggle. Her ego mind is just playing a game with her, and it's very, very, very easy to jump out of this realm that she's entertaining because it's not even real. She knows that. And once she hears this, she'll wake up.
Okay, good. Okay, good. We just want to keep her going up and up and up and up and up.
Yes.
We just want to see whatever we can bring. Oh, well, if that's all for Christy right now, is it okay to go ahead and bring through Cressida or anybody that needs to come through for me?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Willow.
Hello.
Hi. Hey, Cressida.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for helping me with all of that. Well, as you saw, I had so many questions.
I have so much time.
Oh, good, 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 good. And Christy's doing okay to be able to handle this?
Yes, she's fine.
Oh, wonderful. Just thank you for staying with me and watching over me. I'm so happy about that. Well, I had some questions if Mom and Dad wanted to bring through something, but they brought that through with Chaz.
Yes, we didn't even know that would happen. That was beautiful.
I love that. Thank y'all so much.
That was for you just as much, him.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes, yes. I felt that. That was a pleasant. I just love y'all. Y'all are always so full of surprises.
We love you too.
Thank you. Okay, I was curious. What is Mom's new status? I remember in the last session you told us that she was getting a new status. Is she getting? And she's getting angel wings. Does that mean she's an angel?
She is an angel, and she still had some unfinished business, although it was not her unfinished business. It was for Chaz and for Cheyenne. They have unfinished business with your mom, and your mom has so much patience for them. Now today, it seems, Chaz has released his need to continue the unfinished business. It is finished for him.
Oh, thank you. Is that because he gave us permission to talk to his higher self?
Yes, he's weeping, I think, right now.
Oh.
He can feel the cleansing.
Oh, thank you so much. I love that so much. We make a good team, Cressida.
Cheyenne will release her need to hold your mother when she has her baby.
Oh, okay, good. And that will help Cheyenne?
Yes, she's been too afraid to let your mom go because she thinks that she will forget her, but that's not true.
When she sees Larissa, she'll remember, won't she?
Yes, she will be a little bit activated, just a little bit, and
It's,
she will understand that fear is not serving her, and that her grandmother will never really leave her.
okay, good. And that will help Mom
Your mom actually doesn't need any help. She's choosing to stay with these people.
to help them.
Yes, she's choosing to spend some of her time this way because she does not want them to feel abandoned.
Oh, I just love our family. I love that. So Mom's making sure she's helping.
Yes, and she has so many wings.
Oh, I love it.
It's like those big, big, big feathers that they use. Those ladies that dance on Broadway, you know, they have those humongous feathers behind them. They're often white.
Yeah.
Your mom has millions of those.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
She has millions of those. We're in awe of her.
I love that. So she's very special.
Yes.
So she's in the company with you all the time now?
No, I can just see her.
Oh, I love
If I want to see her, I can see her.
Oh, okay.
She said you talked to her last week.
She said I did?
Yes.
I feel like what was I
You
doing?
had a conversation with her and she was really talking to you and you thought, am I just making this up or is she really talking to me? And she was really talking to you.
I think I remember that. And I think after I got done with the conversation, I was hugging myself.
Yes, I think you were on your porch and you
Yeah.
wanted to feel your parents. And she said that you had a little bit of imposter syndrome and you kept thinking, maybe this is all imagination, but it wasn't. It was her.
So when I was in the moment having the conversation, I was
Yes,
thinking it, I was still doubting it.
a little bit. You kept just wondering if it was real or if you were making it up, but you were not making it up.
I felt like she was there.
She was there.
So that's what I just need to keep focusing on.
Yes, because if you believe something like that, then it's true.
Okay.
Because we wouldn't give you the ability to believe it if it wasn't true.
Yes, that's true. Oh, I love that. So I can just keep doing that and getting better at it.
Yeah, the more you talk to her, the more clearly you will start hearing her.
Oh, okay. Because I think that was my first time.
Yes, you've communicated telepathically many times though.
I have.
Yes. You prayed to her when Annalise was born. No, she was, when Annalise was born, your mom's soul left her body for a moment to be with you.
Oh, in the hospital.
Yes, because your daughter almost did not survive. But all of your ancestors, including your mom was able to, what is the word you use?
Meditate.
Teleport or
Oh,
astral teleport, something.
astral projection.
Yes, yes, you summoned her and you had so many ancestors because Cheyenne's soul was going to give up. But you had so many ancestors come through to give her her fortness and her strength to continue.
So my higher self did that.
Yes, you called in your mom and all of your ancestors to be with your daughter that day.
Thank you, Cressida.
Yes, and there's been times that your children have struggled that you've talked to your mom telepathically. Both of your daughters do struggle, but because you talk to your mom and you talk to us and you are starting to trust yourself more, Neither of your daughters freak out because they can feel that your energy is calm.
Oh, they can sense that now?
Yes, if you were getting angry at their problems, if you were getting worried at their problems, they would be even more stressed. But because you have a calm energy, you just feel like home to them and you feel like rest, and they crave you right now while their lives are not in balance.
Okay, thank you for filling me up with that.
Yes, one day they will have balanced lives, but because of their life choices and their age, they have an imbalance, but it's okay because they have you,
And
and
I
you
got y'all.
and you can align them, and they feel that.
Oh, I love that. Okay, good, yes. That makes me happy.
They are so grateful for you and your unconditional love.
And I'm grateful for them. Oh, and is Larissa still doing okay?
She's wonderful. She's so happy and energetic.
Oh, good, 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 good. I'm so excited to meet her. But I want her to wait till she's completely healthy and ready.
Yes, we feel your prayers.
You do?
Yes, so does she.
I've been sending a lot of them to a lot of people.
Yes, she needed potassium, but you've been sending her energy prayers, and now she's going to be sustained.
How am I doing that? Just by when I send her love or when I think of her in love?
Yes, every time you think of her, you send her blessings. You always wish for her highest good, and you always wish for her to be healthy. You don't remember wishing these things?
Yes, I do. I just wish so much for everybody here lately.
Yes, she had low potassium, but now she's fine.
Oh, wonderful. Good, good, good. I've been trying to send it to Annalise and Sky and Larissa and Cheyenne and Madison and Dane and Jazz and Dakota.
They can all feel it.
They can.
And you can do it for your sisters also. Just because you send them blessings and prayers, it doesn't mean that you have to be on their low level. You can still love them and still send them light.
Okay.
Yes. Do you understand?
Yeah, so when I can think about Rebecca and still send her love and light.
You unconditionally love her, but that doesn't mean that you have to be on the same level as her.
Okay.
She can rise and meet you, and she will once she feels your love.
Okay. And I have been trying to send her some love. I've had to teach myself some things the last week about that.
And your other sister as well. You're too similar. You're too similar in your personalities. You're both very strong personalities. So you can get on each other's nerves very easily. But as long as you send her love and light, it doesn't matter.
And Roseanne and Laura and Rebecca,
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it. Can we send them some love and light right now while we're in this session?
Yes, just, of course, but also just think about them. Think lovely thoughts. Think about the things that you like about them. That does more healing than anything you could ever accomplish with a conversation.
Oh, okay, perfect. I love that even better. Oh, wonderful, 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 wonderful. Okay, I've got a lot of questions if that's okay.
Okay.
But there was one, I didn't write this one down, but I would like to know. Can you tell me about a little bit about my past life with water?
Yes. You were a seaman, but you were a woman. And that was not the norm. You had, hmm, can I just step into that?
Yes, please, if that's what needs to be done.
So you were the captain of a large vessel, and you did many things with that vessel. But your favorite thing of all was to sit in the back and see the mermaids at night. and you knew that no one would believe you, but they always would come to you and talk to you and send you blue diamonds. You had this sea vessel, was your husband's, but he died. It turns out you were very, very good at captaining. You loved the water. You never wanted to go back to the land. And amazingly, all of those men listened to you, even though you were a female. All of the all of the magical sea creatures would talk to you.
Oh, I love that.
You didn't. You knew that other people couldn't see them. It was just for you. That was a difficult life, but you liked it.
Oh, okay. So I was just able to talk to all of them. That's why I'm drawn to water.
Yes, most people that have a sea vessel have a very difficult life, and they sacrifice a lot of things to be able to live their life in that way. But you didn't feel that way, even though your work was hard and you made your money by collecting all of the fish and sending them and shipping them, and you always got the most fish of all the vessels. You didn't think it was hard. You loved it. You would skip and sing and just be so happy because you felt so free, and because all of the seamen listened to you, all the fishermen listened to you. They didn't dishonor you or disrespect you. You loved that life.
Oh, I love that. Okay, perfect. So I can still talk to the mermaids and stuff.
Oh, yes, you're supposed to.
Oh,
Yes, you and Christy do need that trip.
yes. We're getting it. We're
Because,
getting it.
yes, because you're walking around, even though you're activated, you're walking around in this life, and it's so dense. The thickness of other people, the thickness of the ways that people just project everything all over the place. It just feels so thick. But when you go near the ocean, you release all of it. Even the things you think you're releasing now, but you're not. And then when you get to the ocean, you will see what I mean. You will really release all of it. And when you release all of it, then you get your most divine downloads.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was going to ask you about that. And you'll provide the abundance for us to get to the beach.
Yes, it's coming.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Just
thank you.
stop resisting it.
Am I resisting it?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay. I'll stop.
Sometimes you see it as something far away, and it's not. It's close.
Okay, I just need to just do it then.
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to ascend so high when you do that. Both of you will.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, am I doing better on my hosting contract?
Oh, yes. You've been doing wonderful. We've gotten so much work done through you and so much observing.
What can you tell me about the hosting contract?
Well, we have to come in and we have to observe other life forms, and we have to do our job, which is to send information back to our planet, because we have to observe your progression. We also have to try to shift the paradigm of the way, the frequency of the wave of knowledge that's coming in, because every person puts their own filter on it. And then by the time it gets to the people that need it, it's too weak. So when you're emitting your frequency of pure love, pure acceptance, no resistance, then the wave of information gets to the people that need it, and it's still strong enough for them to receive it. Does that make sense?
Yes. How am I doing with spreading it?
Very, very good.
So I'm being able to be accessed more because I am being more free in my heart.
Yes, and when Chaz becomes unburdened and activated, he's going to teach you secrets of the universe.
Okay, wonderful. I love that. Okay, and you said our planet, is that Arcturian?
Oh, yes, I'm not supposed to talk about that too much until you've been fully realized.
Oh, what can you tell me about being fully realized? What does that mean?
When all of your preconceived judgments are released, when all of your need to figure things out is released, then it will all just come to you in a rush.
Can we release that today?
Yes,
Please, because I do have those questions to just empty this vessel and fill it up with all the love and light that we need.
yes. You could never imagine the beauty. It's something you've never seen in your world.
Yes, can we do that?
Yes. Christy can get visions and she can illustrate things for you. She's very good at verbal description, but she can also do it as art because we don't understand how to say the words to describe what we can see.
That's okay. So when I'm fully realized, what will I be able to do?
Well, there will be no more veils.
So I can channel.
Of course, yeah, you can reach into other galaxies and see whatever you need to see, and you won't have questions because you'll already have all the answers and knowledge.
Can I be fully realized today?
Well, if you're willing to let go of all your preconceived notions.
How do I let those go? Or what are my preconceived notions? Do I consciously know I have those?
No, not really. Because you're so newly open, you feel all the warmth and the rush of love of being open, which is a good thing. But sometimes you feel like what's the word? You feel like there's a certain way to see a thought, but it may not be the way that you want it to. Like, for example, when you think about Atlantis, you have this vision in your mind, and that's what you're going to hold on to. But Atlantis is so much more than that. Yes, it is a physical place in the sea. Yes, you can travel there if you find the right technology equipment to take you down there. Yes, there's proof you can do this in your life. You can find this place. But it's also in your heart. You've been to Atlantis so many times, millions of years ago. It's embedded into your heart. So we don't need to put a definition on something like Atlantis because it's endless. It's inside of your heart. And once you tune yourself to that frequency and you ask yourself to really go there inside of your meditation time, you will be able to, all these bubbles will just burst open inside of you and you'll see all of these amazing colors, these purples and oranges and blues and golds. You'll be able to smell the smells. There will be no more veils. That's just one example. You don't you don't have to you don't have to try so hard to figure out what something looks like. If you don't try, then you will see it.
Okay, so I just don't even need to think about it.
No, no, you can think about it with love.
Because I
It's
don't mean that I have to put restrictions on it.
well, it doesn't feel like restrictions to you because it feels like higher learning to you because you are doing higher learning and there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. There's nothing wrong at all. But sometimes you think to yourself, well, that's too good. That's too It's too good for you think there's a process. You think
Oh.
there's some learning level that you have to keep ascending on and there's not. There's not a process. You can see, have, be, do, think whatever you want to. If you stop thinking that it's separate, it's not separate. But these words that I'm using aren't even adequate enough to explain what I'm trying to say.
I just want to be fully realized now because I want to view life with no veil and I want to access y'all.
You're doing a good job getting there. You're you're giving divine love and light to your granddaughters. You're seeing people with no judgment finally.
So I have done better with that.
Absolutely.
Okay,
You've
good.
completely stopped judging your son. You've completely stopped judging your daughter. You've completely released the need for an outcome with your other daughter. You've hosted your granddaughters magnificently, just magnificently.
Mhm.
So you are doing all these things that maybe your old version of you would not want to do, or you would do it, but you wouldn't be fully present for it. Now you're so excited to do these things.
Yes.
You like to spend time with your grandchildren. You like to not judge your son. You like to believe in your daughter. You enjoy these things. They're not hard for you to do.
Yes, it's getting so much easier. So if I just keep doing what I've been doing, I'll be good.
Yes. Yes. Whenever you can look at any person without judgment and without, oh, what is the word? Yes, preconceived notions.
Okay, okay.
Even when someone, for example, if someone says something to you that does not align with your belief system, and you totally reject whatever it is they're saying, don't judge them for saying it. Don't judge them for thinking it. Sometimes they're correct. Sometimes you're correct. But the beauty is in the relationship. You don't have to feel like they're not getting it right because they're not saying something that you're saying.
Okay. That makes sense, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not explaining this
No,
better.
you're perfect. Basically have no labels and no expectations of anything.
Yeah, just hold on loosely.
Oh, I love that song. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I got several more questions if that's okay. And thank you for this. Okay. Now, a few weeks ago, I had a vision of this little white body switching out what looked like white light templates. Was that y'all?
Little white body. Oh, for renewal.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, because you're processing so much right now.
Okay, well, that happened about a month and a half ago. It's like I had a vision in my head of this little white body and had these little white templates and was switching them out.
Yeah, because you're just you're renewing a lot of you, a lot of yourself. It's just renewing, and just like sometimes you have weird dreams.
Yeah.
It's just the way that you're processing all of this new life.
Okay, okay. So that was a true vision.
Oh my goodness, you have so many of them and you don't even know it.
That's where I gotta get my stuff going. Okay.
Yeah, just believe in your gifts and they'll flow.
Okay, wonderful.
There is no over there. There is no when I get to this next part. It's already yours.
I just gotta focus and do it.
You don't even have to focus, just believe it.
So when I want to channel, I just need to just sit here and just channel.
Hmm.
What ways do I channel?
Just believe that you're doing it and you'll do it.
Will I remember when I'm channeling, or will it be the type where I don't remember?
Well, if you're, that's such a difficult question because there's some people who can be fully realized to the point that they remember everything they say. It's just the channeling is just part of their personality. But then there's some people that need to write or record. They need to write it and document it or record it in some way. And maybe both of those things are for you. Maybe right now you should just write and record everything that you're saying so that you can remember it. But then you will get to the point where you don't have to go back and forth. It's all just one being.
Okay. And that's where you'll be flowed into me.
Yes, it's like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the more strong it gets.
Okay. And I'm doing okay with that so far?
Yes, just believe in your own power.
Okay. And then I also had a vision of me coming out of my head and going into my heart. Does that mean I'm on the right track? I feel like it is.
Yeah, like I said, you're processing so much right now at such a high speed. And sometimes your ego mind wants to try to make sense of it. And then your spiritual mind kind of just says, no, no, we're not going to question this. We're going to keep walking and running and flying and just being. But your ego mind not in a bad way. It just wants to understand how to make sense of it. So that's the reason why you have visions and thoughts like that, because you're seeing it correctly. You are switching on your heart chakra, and you are turning off your brain chakra. And you did have, by the way, you and Christy both had a powerful Kundalini awakening. You both had all of your chakras turned on at the exact same time, and that was very powerful. But then your brain or your ego wants to say, wait a minute, let me make sense of this. But your spirit says, no, we don't have to make sense of it.
Okay, and can my spirit mind keep saying that to the brain?
Yeah, you're doing good at that.
Okay. Okay, so I'm doing way better than I have been.
Well, we only see you as good.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So y'all been seeing me a lot then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We like you. We're very fond of you.
Oh, thank you. Well, y'all kind of helped me a lot on that. Okay, and then, well, this is a silly question, but that's okay. Am I connected to my heart and all my black blockages released, if I have any?
Hmm. Sometimes you still not intend with it, got diluted and it weakened out, and that disappointed you and broke your heart. And so you're afraid that that's going to happen with your current romantic relationship.
And can I remove those blockages?
Well, every time you realize that he can't be weakened, you'll realize that more and more. But yes, we can you can remove those blockages. You might have some funky dreams while you're removing them, but the more that your husband shows you that he can't be diluted and his love can't be weakened. In fact, the opposite is true. The longer you're together, the stronger it's getting, actually.
I feel
So,
that.
yeah, so you don't have to put him in a box. You don't have to protect your relationship. You don't have any evil forces coming trying to dismantle it. You have had that in all your previous romantic relationships, but you don't have that with this one because it's more divine and it's more mature.
Oh, I love it. Okay, perfect. He's my divine masculine.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
And nothing can dilute that.
Oh, I love that. I love
It'll
that.
just get more potent.
Good.
It'll get so strong that you'll be able to smell him coming home from over a mile away.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you'll be able to just smell his scent. Or if you're having a challenging moment, he will be able to pick up on that and think of solution
He
for
does
you.
that with me.
Yes, because you're a team, but sometimes you still fall back into seeing yourselves as individuals who just enjoy each other. But you're not just individuals anymore. You're a team. And together you are stronger. You really can build something together if both of you would just be completely raw with the other one. So sometimes he's ready to be completely raw and open with you, but then he thinks maybe you can't accept it. And sometimes you're ready, and sometimes you guys have been completely raw. But if you would just strip all the layers off of each other and just try so hard not to be one, because there is no such thing as one. You are two different people, but you're a team. And you're a very good team.
Okay, and can you help me do that more?
Yeah, you're getting better at it.
Okay, good, 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 good. I'm so excited about that. And then we'll just be stopless. Okay, and then here's some more. Okay, one of the questions was what can I be told about the hosting contracts? And you told me that. And then how can I start that journey to my fullest with the hosting contract?
Well, you've never rejected any of your contracts. You've always acknowledged and accepted them. So you are doing good with that. You've never tried to, even when you were in your human mind, you never blocked us from coming through. You always honored your contract that you made. So you're doing exactly what you're supposed to. Like, I understand the answer that you're looking for. That was like our gift to you and our reward because you had been being such a good host that year or the year before. You had been doing the things that we asked you to do.
I love that.
So, like, when Christy needed you, you didn't resist. You were able to let love flow from you to her. And when each of your siblings went through a crisis, we needed to study what love and selflessness look like. And even when they attacked you, certain ones attacked you, you still continued to be loving light and energy for them. We're just talking about over the last 10 years since 2013. So if we needed to study what unconditional love and what victimhood looked like, you didn't let your pride stop us from studying that. You still allowed yourself to have those experiences so that we can document what that looks like and how much learning Earth people still had to do about those subjects. So, like, when you, and we use it's not just your siblings and it's not just Christy, but we use those as examples because those are the most um, well, like we could bring up your last romantic relationship, but that wouldn't even be a good example because that was imbalanced. So you were doing the correct thing on your end, but the other person that we're not going to mention, that person was not doing the correct thing on their end. But even though it was imbalanced, we still got to witness and document what your selflessness look like. And even though you had some lessons with your daughters, because for a long time you felt detached from those relationships because you falsely didn't think that you had a maternal instinct. And you falsely just thought of them as your friends or your relatives. Then, whenever you stepped into your maternal instinct and you really could feel that bond and you really could feel that power, and I'd say that probably happened around 2017, you really started to feel that connection, that psychic connection to your daughters, and you stopped feeling like you were a poser or an imposter, and that was just a trick of the mind and the ego. All of these lessons, they weren't just for you to learn, and they weren't just for your daughter or your sister or your best friend or your lover. They weren't just lessons, they were also our lessons because we had to document what you were going through and we had to rebuild you stronger every time. We had to give you the codes you needed to rebuild stronger every time. So when you when you allowed us to be able to work through you and document, because when you met Christy and you started being there for her in her darkest hour, you could have easily been selfish and said, I'm not getting anything out of this. I'm going to just focus on me. She can figure it out. But no, you didn't. You removed yourself from your comfort zone. You went into her world and you tried to be the best possible friend you could be to her, and you got rewarded for that. And then when your siblings, specifically your sisters, would try to abuse you, you didn't run away. I mean, yeah, of course you got your feelings hurt and you got anger because those are human emotions, but you didn't run away. You didn't go in your house and close the blinds and say, I'm closing my heart to love. I don't like love. I don't like this. I don't like that. You still kept your heart open. You still were open to love. And so we were able to still be hosted by you because you weren't going to break your contract. So then we could still take our notes and gather our information about the way that human relationships can interact for the good and for the bad. And because you never closed your heart to love and you were open to your siblings and you were open to your lover and you were open to your best friend, then you got the reward of your husband, and then you got the reward of feeling your complete maternal bond, which you thought you had either lost or you were born without. You really were insecure about that. Then we gave that to you as a gift. And now you understand what mother's love feels like. Now you understand because your daughter left you and went to another state, and that had to happen because it activated your mother's love. It activated your maternal bond. Your other daughter was a child when she got pregnant, and you had to step outside of your own self. You had to go, I'm going to love someone else more than I love me. And you always loved these daughters more than you loved yourself. You just didn't know that. You always were afraid that you were too selfish to be a mom, but you weren't. You were always a good mom. And so when you had to let your daughter move to another state and be abused by a man who was very reptilian at the time, very low level at the time, you had to put your daughter's needs before your needs. You had to be the mother she needed, and you did that. And you didn't even think twice about being everything she needed and more. And then when your other daughter got pregnant as a child, she was a child and she got pregnant, you released your need for judgment. You released your need for answers. You released your need for anger. You released your need for control. You didn't have any separateness. You loved and accepted your daughter unconditionally. You had no issues with her. You just said, I'm your home. I'm your love. I'm your light. And you did that for both of your children, both of your daughters. That's whenever we were able to bless you even more. And then when your son was trying to figure out, he was in his Saturn return, and then he was also trying to figure out how to process all of the loss in his life, because even though he is strong and he comes across strong, he still has suffered a lot of loss in his life, and he didn't want that to consume him. And so when you were there for him and you said, in your mind's eye, you said, I don't understand males. So you were able to connect with your daughters because they're females. But in your mind, you said, I don't understand males, and I don't understand how to be a mother of a son who is living in all this testosterone, who is encompassing all of this testosterone and really driving me a little nutty. Even though you didn't understand him, you still didn't give up. You still didn't kick him out of your house. You still didn't cuss him out. You still didn't close your heart to love. So then you got to reach another higher level of being a host. Then your mother passes away. And that was a test, even though we don't even like the word test because that's not even the correct word. There is no failing or passing. There's just ascending. So your mother passes away and Satan says, she's mine. You can't have her. She's mine. I'm going to take her down with me. I'm going to bury her. She's going to be an alcoholic. She's going to be a slut. She's going to be a meth head. She's going to be whatever he could do to you, whatever. And he tried to seduce you. He tried to make you promises of things that weren't real. He tried to grab a hold of your need for control and your need for, not greed, because you've never been greedy. That's not the right word. The darkness. So your shadow work, when you went through all these things that we just mentioned, those were just preparing you for the real shadow work, which is your mother's death. So when your mother passed, you almost caved into the Satan walk. You almost said, seduction is my comfort, or low-level thinking is my comfort, or needing to be God. You know, we all people kind of go through that at one time or another. But something inside of you had already had a light planted. Something inside of you said, no, I'm going to honor my ancestors. I'm going to honor my daughters. I'm going to honor my future generational daughters beneath me. I'm going to honor my true authentic self. I'm going to cling to this divine masculine. I'm not going to run from him. I'm not going to let Satan scare me. I'm going to be exactly who I am, the holiest version of myself. And then you were able to even host even more, and your house grew. And now you have room for anybody that wants to come through, can come through. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'm sorry that was such a long answer.
No, I love that.
So all of these things that were supposed to break you, all of these things that were supposed to cancel your holy contracts, you didn't let them. You didn't run from your daughters in their time of need. You did realize that you have a maternal instinct, and a good one. You didn't run from people whenever they were challenging you. You didn't go and hide and say, I'm going to sit inside of myself and not let anyone close. You still allowed yourself to love.
I've done a lot.
Yes, you have. You're very powerful and strong.
I'm so excited about that. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love
And
that.
you're going to be rewarded, and you are being rewarded.
If I can just be fully realized, I'll be happy.
Don't think about the fully realized thing. You're going to get caught up on that. Don't get caught up on that. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Well, then y'all just got to come start speaking through me so I don't get caught up on it.
No, we shouldn't have even said that because now we don't want you to dwell on that.
I won't. Okay. I got so many questions. I'm so sorry. Okay. You probably think you're going in a circle with me.
Okay. No, it's fine.
Okay. Can we activate my dormant DNA?
You are.
And use me as a loving vessel to spread love and light.
You are doing that. Of course, there's way more things you can do, but you are doing that. You are healing your generational wounds. Your mother, her mother, the mother before her, for so many years have passed down these generational wounds that we like to call curses. And guess what? Your children aren't going to have them. And they were starting to, but now they're not. And their children are never even going to understand the word generational curse because of you.
They'll just know generational wealth.
Yes, and blessing and prosperity because you are shifting the paradigm and you are changing the DNA. But as far as your holy DNA, I mean, you've released yourself from so much bondage and you have so many people, so many angels and ancestors and guides just applauding you because there's so many times that you could have tripped and stayed down. We just went over so many of those and you didn't. You stepped into your holy power and you just really showed up for yourself and for love because you are love.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are activating that DNA. Every time you refuse to let lower level fear-based thinking run the show, you are activating another part of your DNA.
Okay, perfect. Oh, I love that. Okay. Well, and here's another thing. Can I make my heart my main brain?
Yeah, you are.
I'm working on that.
Yeah, can you not see how far you've came?
I can.
You used to be a pretty angry little firecracker.
Yeah, and emotional at that.
You used to get offended so easily, and I don't think you ever get offended anymore.
I'm doing better.
Because you're thinking with love and not fear.
I know, and I want to keep thinking with love and fear.
No
fear.
Yeah, every time you think fear is challenging you, just say, I choose to see this with love.
Choose to see this with love. I am getting better at that part.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Okay, and here's another topic questions. Okay, how can I use the archangels and how to source them with resources in the spiritual journey to help?
You made us cry today.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't mean to make my angels cry.
It's okay.
What made you cry?
Just the jazz stuff and all of it. It's so beautiful.
The divine universe.
Everything we've talked about has been so beautiful. You're learning how to ask the right questions, tap in on the right frequency.
Yes. Good.
Well, the archangels are holy. You have Jesus. You have all of your archangels. And so you have God, who is source, this is so hard to explain. So you have God, who is source, who is like the sun. If you look straight at the sun, you're going to go blind. But you have all of these different pathways to get you there. So you have Jesus, who lived a holy life and set a holy example, and that's one. And then you have each of the archangels. You have Gabriel, who stirred the pool for the other angels to bathe in. You have Michael, who fought the battle of good and evil. You have all of the people, not people, they're saints, but all of the saints that you're learning about. All of those are just different pathways to God.
Okay. And I can use them to healing people?
Can pray to them. You should pray to them. You should pray to Jesus, and you should pray to the archangels, because they all have a certain purpose, a certain, where we are here for assistance, and we are here as your friends, and we are here as your guides. The holy angels and the archangels and Jesus, who was also a form of an archangel, those are way above us. Those are who we pray to.
Oh, I love that. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, so you and I, we all go to them.
Yes, they're holy. They're blameless.
Oh, so we need help with anything.
Yes.
They're like your backup too.
Right. We fall down on our face in their presence.
Oh, I love that. Okay, 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 okay. Does the archangels have any messages for us?
Mm.
Is it possible to ask that question? I don't want y'all to fall on your face or anything.
No, it's okay. You can choose to keep walking in love and keep walking in light. The more selfless you are, the more you're activating us in your life. But we also don't want you to suffer. We are surrounding you. We are lifting you up in your bed when you sleep. We are keeping your grandchildren alive. We are healing your children. All because you asked us to, and you called upon us.
Oh, so you do hear me.
Yes, you are reknitting the womb in which we pushed you out of. You are healing that womb for future generations to come through, because you're asking for us to purify your thoughts and to cleanse your DNA and to protect your offspring and their offspring. Because you come to us with pure thoughts, we can help you, but when you have impure thoughts, you must repent or redirect, or we become farther away.
Okay. So I'm doing good with that.
Yes, and when you look at the stars, we're close to you. When you share love with another person, when you feel like you're having community time with your friends or your relatives, then we are becoming stronger. But when you keep love to yourself, when you want to only have your love for yourself, then you can't access as easily. But you're becoming better at sharing your love with everyone. You're becoming better at realizing the importance of community with your family and your friends. You have to cling to those that you love so that your love doesn't shrink and die. You have to spend time together, give each other forgiveness, grace, time, fellowship. You know you crave these things. Never isolate, ever.
I feel like I'm doing better with that.
Yes.
And this is a message from the angels.
Yes, that was very strong.
You know, the feeling I felt in my head when they was talking, is that the sense I get when they're around?
Yes, like you can do nothing else but to surrender, but that's all you want to do too.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, so I can pick up on the energy.
As long as you keep leading with love and being around those people that you know love you.
Oh, wonderful. That was a beautiful message from them. Thank you for that. Okay, and that was beautiful. Okay. Was that just any of my angels that brought that through?
That was the ones you've been talking to.
Oh, it
The
was.
archangels you've been talking to and begging for help.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I'm just going to keep talking to them. Okay. Now, Crescent is my higher self, right?
Yes,
And you're also my spirit guide.
yes.
Is that right?
One of them.
One of them?
hmm
Oh, I have more?
Well, I'm the version of you that shows up in the spirit world.
So you're my spirit version of me.
Yes.
Oh, so when I get activated, you appear on my behalf.
And when you die and you're in between human lives, you are me.
Oh, I love that. Okay. And I'm you,
hmm
and you're me.
Yes.
So you've been with me a long time.
Yes.
Okay. And do you have a group?
Yes, it's your group. It's your spirit guides and your ancestors and your angels. And next time after you die, before you go into another life, you're going to be someone else's guardian angel. You're going to be someone else's higher self.
Interesting. So you,
So one
so
day,
Cresta will be Cressida, and I'll be a whole new life.
no. So just like I'm doing this for you, you're going to do this for someone else as well. It's so hard to
Oh,
understand.
I love that. Okay, so my next life, I'll be you, and the other person will be like me.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Okay, so all the knowledge I'm getting from this life is helping. It's just helping.
Yes, like one day whenever you pass away, your daughter will be searching for answers. And your daughter will go through the same process that you went through when your mother passed away. It's almost going to be identical. So now that you have that knowledge, you can do whatever you want to with that knowledge. Although you cannot make her open her eyes yet, you can still understand that everything you're doing right now as her mother, she's going to cling to those memories. And she's going to try to decipher those things. And she's going to try to remember and think, what did this mean when my mom did this? What did the exact same thing you did when your mom passed away? But above and beyond that, she's going to channel you. She's going to channel you, and her daughter is going to channel you. And this cycle is just going to keep repeating. Although they won't have as many lessons per se as you have because you have healed a lot of their curses. But one day, your daughter's going to ask to speak to her higher self, and you're going to be part of her higher self.
Oh,
You aren't going to be a complete at the complete thing, but you're part of her team, and you will come through.
okay, just like my mom and my guides come through for me.
Yes, but you're not an angel. Your mom is an angel. Your mom is an angel. You're not an angel, but your mom is on your team. Does that make sense?
Yes. I got a big team from everywhere then, don't I?
Yes, because you activated.
Oh, I love it. We're just gonna keep getting bigger. Oh, I love it. Okay. And this kind of relates to, do we have spirit guides from the other race or species we have contracts with?
You don't have spirit guides from the other races, but you do have contracts with them, and so you've agreed to work together for the highest good.
Okay. And you're me on the spiritual side. Okay.
Yes, and I keep your door open for whenever you need to host.
Okay, good. So you'll be helping me channel too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can channel right now if you want
Well, then let's get on the ball.
to. You take your own advice.
Let's do this, Jennifer. Jesus.
You're so much more powerful than you realize.
I know. Just dabble in my head, Cressida, and just do it, okay? Just do it. Maybe if you tell me you're doing it, maybe I'll think it's working.
Well, you give really good advice that you're already channeling to other people.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
You don't think you could be as holy to your children and grandchildren and your friends and your husband and your siblings if you weren't channeling?
Oh.
No. You would still be thinking in your old version and still be having issues.
That's true. Okay, true. Okay, yeah. I guess I just gotta do it.
I know what you're wanting and you can do it.
Oh, good. So we're going to get this on the ball.
Yes.
Jennifer's going to get this on the ball.
Yes, so spend time with Christy. Keep taking notes. Keep filling each other up with knowledge and love and light. Keep feeding off of each other's energy because it braids together perfectly.
Okay.
And then whenever you think you need to say something and you say it, that's channeling.
Oh, okay.
And then it just gets stronger and brighter and bigger. And when you start fully realizing your power and appreciating your power and loving what you're doing, then all the other people come in and be attracted to you. Well, not to you, to your light.
Okay, good. And when I channel, other beings will be able to speak through me, won't they?
Yes, powerfully.
Oh, that's exactly what I want. Okay, perfect. And you want to?
And Christy knows how to channel, but for some reason, she self-made her stupid blocks. But when she knocks those down, you'll see her channel, and then you'll realize, oh my gosh, I can do that too. Exactly what she's doing.
Yes, let's just both get us doing it.
Yes, she's she's always been very good at channeling. And then whenever you see her do that, you can say, oh, that's not hard. I can do that same thing.
Yeah, I just got to differentiate everything. I've been practicing on my energy. Like, one of my questions is, the tapping in my ear, what seems like frequency changes, is that an adjustment being done to hear my guides and others?
Well, that usually happens whenever you're fixing a host.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So I just host by living through my heart.
No, you're hosting all the time, but if you keep your heart open, then you're accelerating.
Oh, okay. So when they host, what can be done when they're host?
Okay, so do you remember whenever you used to have all the hate in your heart for Teresa?
Yeah.
Then you were hosting, but they weren't getting anything done because you had too much hate and it was not just hate, it was pain and fear. You had too much of all that gunk that they couldn't see out of your windows. So they would just keep trying to host and trying to host and trying to host, but they weren't getting a whole lot accomplished through you, even though they could witness what you were feeling. But then whenever you decided to choose love and reject fear, then they were able to get more things accomplished through you.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, I love that. Okay. You've answered these questions. Okay, and I think you already answered this one too. How can I be an...
You had decided to reject his pain and his suffering and choose to continue to still make bad choices, then you would have been reverting backwards. But see, that's an example of making a mistake, making a wrong choice, but still choosing, because it's never too late to choose love. It's never too late to choose to see something with love and forgiveness. So people think when they make a mistake, then it's done. It's too late. We can't make it right. I made a mistake. And I'm not just talking about that mistake. I'm talking about any mistake you make. You know, when you chose to have hate in your heart for Teresa, even though that hate was born with pain, you still had, every day we have a new day. We have a new choice to make. Am I going to see this with love? Am I going to see this with fear? So it never runs out. You never run out of chances. So every time you make the good choice, it doesn't matter how many times you made the bad choice. Every time you choose to make the good choice, it erases all the consequences of your bad choices. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's never going to be too late. You're never going to be too far into a hole that you can't be good.
Yes. Okay. Makes perfect sense.
It's all love.
All love. Okay. And with me doing all this love, here's another question. How will I be able to work on other people's minds and spirits?
You don't have to.
Okay.
You're just gonna attract your child. So that is exactly what Christy's struggling with too, and she gets so afraid of failing people. And I understand that even though you and Christy have similar journeys, you're not the same person. So you do have your own path. So she gets afraid of failing people who she's supposed to help. You're afraid of not finding the people you're supposed to help. You don't have to worry about either of those things because those are just, it's a natural consequence of being your higher self and wanting to stay in your higher state of mind. A natural consequence of that is the right people being attracted to you. So Christy has a bleeding heart and wants to help every single person who's hurting around her, but it's not her job and she's wasting time. They have to help themselves and then she can help them. You are too busy wondering where to find your people, and that's not even a problem either because when you're vibrating at the right frequency, they find you.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like right now it's just our learning, healing, slow time.
Well, if Christy could believe high enough that if she could get herself to believe that she does not have to, this is so tricky, and this is her lesson, and we're sorry we keep bringing it up, but it is tied into your lesson as well.
It's okay.
If she could believe that she doesn't have to work for money and that money just comes to her, then she could devote her time to your mission, yours and her mission. And then once both of you devote your time together to the mission, and all she has to do is just get a little bit more disciplined, then you'll start building your mission up and attracting the right people and the right circumstances, and then the money will be the natural byproduct of that.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, we just got to get her there, don't we?
Yes.
We're getting there. We're doing better.
You are a team.
And that's how I view it as. And she's already gotten a lot more happiness today just coming here today.
Yes, she needs to come here every day.
Maybe we can make that happen. Okay, now, what is my quantum field?
Your quantum field?
Yeah?
What do you mean by
I
that?
don't know. I heard it on the Judah channel. I guess maybe it's like my Buddha field. I don't even really know what that is.
Well,
or is that my aura field, or maybe?
Yeah, and you've already been seen in purple, which is a good thing because that's the highest level. But you can almost even transcend all of that because you're choosing to be activated from love, and you're choosing to not. So where people can look at all these different things they need for atonement, you've already realized that atonement isn't even necessary. Just love is necessary. You've already listened to us, asked us, believed us. So your quantum field would be like, the way I'm deciphering that would be like, what are you attracting on a quantum level?
Oh, okay. So you are in my quantum field.
Yes, and you're attracting whatever you are believing.
Okay, like my channeling.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That makes sense. Okay, and can you increase my life force energy?
You can.
How do I do that?
You're doing pretty good because you're not letting stress cause you sickness. You're not letting greed become a stumbling block. You're not having hate in your heart for any person. You are eating the way you're supposed to be eating. You are taking vitamins. You are taking walks. You do exercise with your dog. You do exercise with your grandchildren. You're not getting drunk. You're not letting stress run the show. You're not doing drugs. You're not being lazy and complacent all the time. So you are fortifying yourself every day.
Oh, good.
But I mean, you could also just make sure you're eating a lot of nuts and fish and drinking a lot of water and researching herbs, and that's something that can help all people. So, different herbal teas like obviously there you can have green tea for energy, you can have L-theanine for relaxation. There's so many different types of teas and herbs that you can consume if you want to change something about the way that you're operating from a physical health level.
Okay. Cool, 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 cool. So my life force energy is doing good.
Yes.
Oh, okay, wonderful. I just hear these things on these videos I listen to, so I'm like, oh, what's that?
Yeah, and sometimes you actually hear things not in videos. Sometimes you can hear the sound of a crystal or a sound of a singing bird or a sound of a like the ringing that you're talking about sometimes, or
Or the pressure in my ear.
mhm,
Is that when I'm hearing things?
mhm,
So
sometimes.
how do I pick up what I'm hearing? Can y'all frequency that, or can you tune that in a little better for me?
Yes, just ask.
Okay. Can y'all tune that in for me so I get a clearer understanding of what I'm being told?
Yes.
Is that a good way to ask it?
Yes.
Okay. And will I be able to tell a difference?
Yes.
Okay, what's the difference?
Well, you'll be able to hear clearly what you're picking up.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I don't hear nothing. Sometimes it feels like something's there, but I'm not hearing it. So y'all can help me. Y'all are taking care of that
Yes.
today.
Yes.
Thank you, Kristen.
There is no struggle. Just realize that.
No struggle. Okay. And what can I be told about the Galactic Federation? Is our team in the Galactic Federation?
Yeah, they take themselves way too seriously up there.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
I mean,
We could tap into that later.
yeah, I think you're doing better than them, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a thing?
Yeah, because like when you were a judge, you were part of it.
Oh,
And
I
then
was
you
a judge?
realize, and then you realize you could do better not being in a seat of power, of that kind of power. You could do better just living in your essence of love.
What was I a judge of?
Like when spirits had to deal with their karma.
Oh, so I was a judge in the Galactic Federation?
Yes. And yeah, yeah, you've got a lot of acquaintances and friends there. And we can definitely talk about that at another time, but we need you to finish ascending first
Yeah.
so that you don't get confused.
Okay. I'm perfectly good with that because the Galactic Federation will be another book we get into.
You have many books to write.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, because right now I'm just learning about me and my hosting and Christy and her hosting. And okay, so we do have a Galactic Federation specialist team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you don't need that right now.
Yeah, we'll talk into that later. Good deal, good deal. Okay, I've been listening to the Judah channel and they've been doing some transmissions. Has that been helping?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you're getting a lot of downloads from that.
So it is good that I've been listening to them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do I need to take that course?
Um, you don't have to. I think just being able to listen to this lady and what she does is opening so many different parts of you.
Okay, okay. Should
You
I?
can. I mean, you can. It's not going to hurt you. It's definitely not going to hurt you, but it's not necessary.
Okay, should I book a private session with her?
You can.
I can?
Mm-hmm.
Will that help me some?
Mm.
Which is kind of silly because you're helping me now. Okay.
I mean, it's not going to be anything unpleasant for you, but it's also not going to do anything that we can't already do.
That's what I was thinking because I was like, well, whatever they can do, mine can do. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Because I do enjoy her videos and everything. But
Yeah, it keeps you open.
it does. And I feel so similar to her in a way. On how she channels?
Yeah.
I see me doing that.
Hmm.
I'm so excited. Okay. Okay, now, me and Chrissy would like to know about this. This remote viewing, sensing, and hearing, is that some of the abilities we can access?
What do you mean by remote viewing? Being able to see your loved ones?
Oh, maybe so.
Yeah, you can access anything you want to access, as long as you have faith.
Okay, okay. That's what I thought. Okay. I only got like 2 more questions and I promise I'll be done.
Okay, she's hungry.
Okay.
She's
All
very
right.
hungry.
The sacred earth at my home, what makes it sacred and holy?
Oh, because there was an Indian holy person here. Didn't we talk about this or no?
Well, I was told that it was sacred and holy, but I don't know why.
Well, there was many Indian blessings. There was many Indian conjurings of Holy Spirit. It's just so, nothing bad can happen.
Is there any way I can help keep it holy and sacred?
You can garden, you can walk and pray in it. You don't have to do anything. Just enjoy it as a gift.
Okay, okay. Does not many people have sacred earth, do they?
Mm-mm.
Okay, okay.
You are very close to the Trail of Tears, so several people that live around here have it. They just don't know.
Good, wonderful. And the tribes can help tap into whatever they need to.
Yeah.
And go through. Also, when I'm channeling, I can channel them in.
Yeah.
And get all this knowledge. Okay, okay. I believe that is all of my 1,000 questions that I had today. Is there any other messages you'd like to bring through before we close out?
Well, you can access us even when you don't do it this way. You just have to really open your heart and journal all the things that come to your mind, and that is us talking to you.
Okay. I'm having a hard time journaling, sitting down and doing it.
So if you sit or lay down and say whatever you want to do, you want to sit or walk or lay down, whatever, and say, I would like to access Krista now. What do you have to tell me? And then every thought that comes in your head, write it down.
Okay, perfect. And now that you're adjusting the attunement in my ear, I'll be able to hear a lot more.
Yes, it comes through as thoughts.
It comes through as thoughts. Okay, okay, wonderful. Oh, thank you so much, Cressida and Willow. And the races and species we're hosting for. Thank you. Do they have anything else they'd like to say before we close out?
Just pray for and bless Chaz that he would take all of what we said to heart. Well, not we, for Corbin, because we want Corbin to get stronger in Chaz's life.
Can we do that now while we're in this state of mind?
Just pray for him every time you think about him.
Okay, wonderful. I can do that. Thank you so much. And thank you for bringing through Chaz. And will that be all for today?